Friends of Julian Assange, thank you for coming. Thank you for bearing witness today to a hero, to an Australian hero of a new breed, a cyber hero, someone who understood the technology in a new way and created big changes. He's being persecuted now. 8 years, effectively, of confinement. 8 years in a room, 7 years in a room in the Ecuadorian embassy. Now a year in Belmarsh prison, Supermax. He is being tortured, said the rapporteur of the United Nations. Tortured, held in isolation, deprived of his rights in every way. His very life threatened by this confinement. And yet, he's a hero. What is happening is, despite the massive smear campaign, despite the lies of governments in the US, the UK and Australia and Sweden, despite those government lies, he rises. This morning, his case in London was news all around the world, front page news. What's the future of this? Where will it go to from here? And the longer and more intense the suffering, the greater the cultural outcome, the greater the shift in the politics and the culture that comes from their message. Gratitude to Julian Assange, because he has revealed not just the Afghan logs and all those leaks, he has revealed the methodology of the security state of the USA. What it wants to do is close down freedom of the press. It loathes free press. Its business is secrets. That's what it does. It creates secrets and binds people in those secrets and persecutes the people who reveal the secrets. That's what's happening. More and more apparent. For those who are following the story, recently was revealed the story of the equivalent of the Attorney General, what's his name, Javid, who made the decision to grant the extradition proceedings to the US, allowed them to proceed. It was he who had Julian Assange put in Belmarsh. Oh, what a nasty piece of work it is. Anyway, he was promoted to Chancellor. He's only recently resigned. These documents released show that he was a regular participant in a conference in the US for the American Enterprise Institute, which is a CIA front. These conferences, and there are 8 of them so far, and he's attended 6 of them. This was a gathering of the top people of influence in the US security state administration. Generals, CIA agents, NASA, all those people, plus the to-be Chancellor of the UK. He shared the platform with these guys. These guys were monsters. They talked about how Assange ought to be assassinated. And one of them, quoted on the website of the American Enterprise Institute, said, "What's going on here? This guy is like the worst of the worst when it comes to national security. How come he's still alive? He ought to be garroted," that was the word he used, "in his hotel room." That was the company of the UK Attorney General was keeping before he made these decisions. What a network. What an insidious network is the US intelligence services. And let me say they go deep.
World Corporate Network.
The way it works is you don't criticise the US if you want to get promoted in the Liberal Party. You don't criticise the US if you want to become a minister in the Labor Party. And you don't criticise the US if you're in the armed services. You don't get promoted if you challenge the USA. They are so deep into our government. They are so deep into national security. And what are they there for? To steal our taxes and take our armies off to their imperial wars. This is what Julian Assange is revealing with his suffering and with his WikiLeaks revelations. He is undoing the US alliance. That can only be a good thing, folks. Thank you for listening.